Alright. Hi, everyone. Sailor Mini Moon. Small Moon, Little Moon. Reenie here. And today I'm going to talk about, you know, uh, why we still do what we do here on Euro. Now, or Youway. Now, a lot of folks most likely will think, oh, why are we still doing this? After all these years, 12 years, and why we still do it? Why we're still on Youway is what I want to say, because we still get GLEE coming on and doing this. And yes, you always hear about other folks, getting burned out, not knowing what to talk about, not knowing what to do, and then, either leaving and doing something else. And you always hear about other folks, unless they're a mate, or unless they're a business helper of some kind, but even then they probably some of them walk away too. Well, we are not. We're going to be here for a long time, and 12 years you would think is a long time, So a lot of folks will always say, well, if you have all these followers, why don't your uploads and live streams and shorts get a lot of looking and watching? Answer is, I don't know. Either the folks, either one or two things, folks either don't like our films, or they're too busy and they cannot watch them, or they choose not to watch them. Now, there's always going to be someone out there who, thinks they know what's illing or fairway. They're going to say, oh, it's your likeness. Oh, it's what you named your film. Well, I have really no running lead over who watches or doesn't watch my films, And there's always going to be someone, and they always seem to be irked or angered over this, when they am up watching one in my films, they don't write down, well, Youway sent this film for me to watch. Well, if you didn't want to watch it, you didn't have to. So, yeah, a lot of folks out there would think that I should be getting a lot of followers for doing this. And I do. But the looking and watching, it never ever shows itself. And yeah, I could go and do all the things, that these so-called teachers would tell you, and it wouldn't make a big on lightness. And why we never get burned out from doing this, because we still seek GLEE, from coming on and doing this. And when we got our Y speaker, we went back to making at least 2 films a day, And before that, we were only making 1 film, because we somehow got into our head that 1 film a day, that a lot of folks would, watch it. But that didn't really seem to show itself, And we always have something to talk about. So, yeah, we will, we'll never get bored and never get burned out doing this. And others out there might say, well, why did you even choose to start doing this in the first stead? Well, it goes back to 2008 YL, towards the end of 2008 YL. Really, the 12th month is when it goes back to, when we got our web shooter and started making films, And some good came out of it and some bad came out of it. It is what it is, But we still have that same glee that we had when we first started making them. And at the time, we felt that there wasn't anyone else doing this. And the truth is, there wasn't. When we first got on Youway, there was no one else doing this. And if there was, well, they left before we came on, I guess. So we had to come up and do something that at the time no one else was doing. And folks will say, well, why are you still here? And I would answer the asking thing I answered many times already, is that we still get happiness and glee out of it and still want to do this. You know? So hopefully that answers your asking thing. You know, I, Sailor Mini Moon, Small Moon, Rainy, and I'll see you later.